Jeff Bezos, it looks like you made over $1 billion this year. We're gonna tax half of that. Well, actually you can't, because I make money from Amazon and a ton of Amazon's operations are run in countries with lower or no corporate tax rates. So we aren't subject to your tax laws.
Except that if you are a US citizen, you are taxed on worldwide income.
We call it an offshore tax haven. Wait, is that legal? You tell me. Yeah, it's legal. Well, then we're just going to increase the taxes on your operations that are actually in the US to compensate for the ones that you're avoiding. But here...
If you could set up an offshore trust, and I've said this many times before, but if you could set up an offshore trust which allows you to avoid paying taxes to the IRS, and you could do it legally, I would be a billionaire. But there's no way to legally avoid paying taxes with an offshore trust.
Here's the problem. If the US becomes too restrictive with its taxes, businesses will just move to more favorable environments. You can't...
Now, this is true for a business. A business does not have to be inside the US, and a business outside the US is not going to be subject to US tax laws, but the ultimate beneficial owner is still subject to US tax laws. And this is also true that if one country's taxes become too much, the citizens of that country may move to another country, and we're seeing a lot of that with a lot of Americans looking into getting second passports and moving abroad and renouncing their citizenship.
You can't just think about one company or one individual. It's about keeping the United States competitive on the global stage. Okay, then we'll try to create a minimum global taxation policy so that there's a minimum corporate tax for every country in the world. That could take a long time.
That could take a long time. It would require all countries in the world to work in unison, which is not how government of the world works.
Plus, business is all over the world and different places have different tax rules. Trying to make one rule that you could enforce everyone to follow could get really, really complicated. Well, we're gonna try anyways. Well, remember that not all the money Amazon makes is profit that we can just take. A lot of what we earn goes back into making Amazon better, and if you tax too much of our earnings, it could mess things up, not just for us, but for everyone. But we need to make some changes. Sure, but it's not just about Amazon. This could affect regular people who own a little bit of Amazon, like in their retirement savings. If you tax us a lot, their savings could get hit too. Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of information in this video. Not all of it is inaccurate, but some of it is certainly misleading. And I don't like this misleading information because I spend a little bit of my time explaining to people every single day that an offshore trust is not going to help you to avoid or evade paying taxes. It will keep your money protected from a lawsuit. And if that is of interest, give me a call.